Jayo Radha Madhova Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Yashodanandana Vrajajanarandana Yashodanandana Vrajajanarandana Yamunati Yamanachari Jayo Radha Madhova Kunja Vihari Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Etene Vyagano Asya Kritam Syadaganishkritam Yada Narayana Yeti Jagaturaksharam The Vishnudas continued even previously while eating, and at other times Ajamila would call his son, saying, My dear Narayana, please come here. Although calling the name of his son, he nevertheless uttered the 4-syllable Narayana. Simply by chanting the name of Narayana in this way is sufficiently atoned for the sinful reactions of millions of lives. So that is why the culture is there in India even today. Everybody gets the name of God only, correct? When somebody is getting born, they ask, you have any Vishnu Sahasranama or Krishna Sahasranama? I can select some name. And it is most fortunate if you can chant the holy name of Narayana. Some people, I think, they chant the name of some Devis. They look for Devi. It is best to chant the name of Narayana, because for men and for women, look for the name of Lakshmi. Why? Because the very name supported. Normal man in this world, there is difference between the substance and the name. That is the nature of this world. When I say laptop, the form of laptop is definitely in my mind, but it's not that laptop will appear there. That's material, because it is material. But when I say Krishna, it not only there is a vibration which represents Krishna. The very holy name is Krishna. Abhinatvam nama naminaha. There is no difference between the name and the person addressed with the name. So this is very specific. So in this world is like a shadow. It is said, Urdham Moolam Adha Shaka in the 15th chapter. It's like an imitation of the spiritual world. It does seem things are same, but things are not same. When you look at a person, it does seem that the person and the form is same. It is not same. The form is different, the person is different. So similarly, we remember sometime a problem, mummy, as if mummy is present there. Actually, we somehow feel like that. Mummy cannot be present. She doesn't even know you are crying. Correct? That is not a power. But somehow we still are in illusion. We are in the spiritual world. Therefore, I analyze. Suppose sometimes we get a cut, we get a blood. Recently we had a blood. Somebody nose was bleeding. We look so ghastly. Can't look at it. Correct? What is all this? Because we are in an illusion. This is just, we are living in the spiritual world. We are not even aware. See, suppose we have to connect to Krishna. You have to agree you are disconnected. Then only you will connect. You have to connect to Prabhupada. First you have to know there is no connection. Then only you will connect. Correct? So, suppose you want to come to reality, first you have to know you are in illusion. Otherwise, you will come to reality. You think I am fine. You are not fine. Yeah? Isn't it ghastly when you see some blood coming out of somebody's mouth? Oh, it's ghastly. Oh, I can't see it anymore. We feel nausea. We feel sick. Why? Because actually it is, we are still living in the idea we are in the spiritual world. We don't even agree. We are in an illusion. We are in the material world, but out because of illusion, energy of Krishna. Because the illusory energy of Krishna, we start feeling this is the spiritual world. It's not spiritual world. But you start feeling because of illusion. And we are still under the drama that this is spiritual world. It is not spiritual world. It is completely material world. And here in this world, things don't happen in that way. They happen in a different way here. So the desire should come to go back to the spiritual world. When I know the deficiency, therefore Krishna also wants to burst the bubble of our illusion. He says, Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadi Dukkha Doshanu Darshanam. This looks like the spiritual world. What about birth in this world? There is no birth in the spiritual world. Spiritual world is constant. There is nothing happening there. Just like we ask, what happened? Every day we ask, what happened? There is nothing happening like that in the spiritual world. There is definitely events happening, but there is the new, fresh rasa in service to Krishna. But overall, every day you go with Krishna, you play in the same way, everything is same. Just like we did Hare Krishna Kirtan. It is mark of the spiritual world. Same chanting every day. Hana? But still it is pleasing. Because that is spiritual. Material you cannot do. Suppose you say every day, at 8 o'clock we'll sing a film song, same song every day. After 4-5 days we'll say, not this song now, we'll try another one. We'll get sick. Correct? It's boring. But spiritual, nobody says. The Govinda Adi Purusha every day is so inspiring. So inspiring. It is very pleasing. In fact, it is said in Prabhupada first heard, tears came in his eyes. It's so sweet, it is so sweet. So, and he said, let it be there in every temple, let it be put up in the morning. He ordered after it was made. So everything spiritual is refreshing. We read Bhagavad Gita every day, it is refreshing. Provided we read. Every day we chant Hare Krishna, it is refreshing. Provided we chant. Correct? And same way we go to serve the deities, every day it is refreshing. Every day we take darshan, it is fresh. Correct? Kali dekha tha na, abhi kya hai? Nahi, it looks refreshing. So Krishna consciousness means that is the nature of Krishna consciousness. We are situated in proper platform of Krishna consciousness. Proper say when you are always fresh. When things are looking hackneyed, boring, then you know you are going in material consciousness. Because material consciousness things are boring. And another interesting thing, in material consciousness, you have to work for maintenance. In spiritual consciousness, you are maintained. Just like the devotees in the spiritual world, they don't work for maintenance. They maintain. Do you think they have office there? No. Even in the material world, many times it happened, no? As a devotee takes a famous example, Prabhupada is in Detroit, one of the biggest properties of ISKCON in America. So there is a canal there by which boats can also. It has a waterway also. It's a very expensive property. So it has waterways also coming from there and goes to the river. You know, you have a small your own boat you can row and go to the river. So somebody neighbor was also using it and he was passing through. This was Prabhupada sitting with his disciples and they are discussing something. Everybody is smiling. Everybody is so happy. He got so envious, you know. And he started shouting. Imagine the distance is like this. He's in the boat. He's shouting at Prabhupada. So you people I know, you don't have anything to do. All day you just sit and enjoy because you must be going to his work for 12 hours. And you know, you have big cars. You have such luxury and food like this. And you just don't work. So Prabhupada looked at him, you know, without any anger. So why don't you come? Why you want to stay there? Come. That is thinking. Prabhupada said, then you cannot give up your sinful habits, otherwise you can come here. We are not saying these people are not his born children. Anybody is ready. Same thing happened in Bombay. Yes, you know, Bombay, we had the big temple, Juhu temple. When he bought the property, it was a problem. Means some tenants which are not vacating. So one day Prabhupada went to them. He said, these people are not my children. They are voluntary come to serve. I have no problem to you. I don't want to vacate you, provided you become devotees. Become devotees, participate in temple activities, correct? You know, and finally they didn't do that. They created a lot of problems. Every time Kirtan used to be there, they used to call police. A lot of problems they created. Finally they had to be thrown out, you know. They didn't gain anything. They were thrown out finally. But people are like that, stubborn. They do not want to come out of the illusion. They think to be in illusion is their right. Such nonsense people, shameless. There is one kind of person, you tell him this is illusion, at least he feels ashamed. Yeah, I know it's wrong. And he needs something to be done. I don't have strength, but I want to come out of it. That's good. That's good. Suppose you say somebody, see, you should not watch movies. And I'm very sorry, but I'm a little bit addicted. I'll come out of it. Okay, that's good. At least he wants to come out. When he doesn't want to come out, that is where it is very bad. That is very bad. That becomes very difficult. So this should be very introspective. Every person should analyze that I'm in an illusion. Then you want to come to reality. Otherwise, the impetus will not come to reality. I'll remain in illusion. Okay? So, in the shloka, Ajamila, somehow you see Krishna has been very kind to him. He slipped. He went into illusion. And then Krishna was thinking how to save him. He was a nice devotee. He was around, you can say, 20 years old when he got into this illusion. And 68 years he was inside the dark depth of Tamoguna. How many years? 68 years. Now, after that, what happened? Maybe he was 85-year-old. He gave birth to the last son. And Krishna inspired him, gave him the name Narayana. And Krishna doesn't force, but somehow out of his good upbringing, he thought, yeah, that is nice. And he didn't know what he's doing now. He constantly started chanting, Narayana, Narayana. That happens. You're always attached to the small child. And what he was doing by that? Just by that chanting, his heart was getting purified. He doesn't know. The Prabhupada says, without people knowing them, you can send them back to Godhead. That is a good leader. Without person knowing what he is doing, we can send him back to Godhead. He has no plan to go back to Godhead, but we can trick him and send him back to Godhead. How? By somehow intelligently, I gave this example. Suppose you want to make somebody a drunkard. How do you make him a drunkard? You don't know. It's very easy. You tell him, take little only. Nothing will happen. This doctors also say little alcohol is good for health. So he will say, take little. And then little. That is called moderation. Moderation is nothing but a gradual justification for sinful activity. A person gets stuck. I told you one college I had gone, so all students were drunkards. So I went to the management. I said, what is this? It's a hotel management college. What is this nonsense? What are you educating your children? He said, no, I am telling them you drink but don't get drunk. Yeah. Drink, don't get drunk. So that's why everybody adjusts nowadays all sinful activities. You have a girlfriend but don't go too serious. Don't get attached. How it is possible? You drink but don't get attached. How it is possible? You gamble but don't get attached. How is it possible? Most of the people and youngsters nowadays in offices are into share market. So make some quick money. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. But the mind is blown up. Quick money business also blows up the mind. Intoxication, gambling, illicit sex and meat. They don't care. When I'm eating it, maybe it's pleasurable. But actually, vegetarian diets are more pleasurable. No? What is more tastier than that? So pleasurable. It's only for a tamasic man that food is pleasurable. So it's not very difficult. The austerities of Krishna consciousness is very easy actually. So if we can somehow introduce to people, say somebody, I'm not telling you become like me. Because they will be scared when they see your lifestyle and dress. He cannot change so much. I'm not saying you become like me. Just chant one round. You'll get some peace of mind. I'm not saying you become like me every day, go to temple and you become vegetarian and you have to give up movies. You have to give up your big, plans. I'm not telling you do like me. I'm just asking you, just chant one round. It's good for you. You'll get some peace of mind. That's how a drunkard make another person drunkard. Suppose a drunkard goes to somebody, you take little, he says, no, I don't want to become like you. You don't come to classes, you don't go to office, you're all the day lying like a drunk fellow. I'm not telling you become like me. Just take little, it's good for health. That's how they try drunkards. Same way we say, you chant Hare Krishna, you'll good for yourself. Everything will become auspicious. Don't tell what will become auspicious. Everything will become auspicious. Everything. Whole life will become auspicious. Just 10 minutes you can't chant. The person will say, yes, I think I can do it. Okay? You just chant. You continue your normal life and all. Then what happens after some time? As you start chanting, what happens? Slowly, the taste start developing. And then only you start 1 round, 2 round, 3 round. And slowly as he is chanting, is offering devotion service to Krishna, he is able to understand Krishna now. Because you cannot understand Krishna knowledge without having proper service attitude. It develops just by chanting. That is where the beginning lies. Okay? It's a very, very nice idea to preach always. We give a book to somebody. If you cannot chant, give a book to somebody. Just read one paragraph every day. You'll get some good thoughts for the day. Somewhere we introduce Krishna consciousness. And this is how Krishna conscious process is working. That's what they did in hostels. ISKCON has opened hundreds of hostels, very effective in making devotees. Because they say, no problem, you stay there, what is there, you can chant, and you see the person becomes alive. He's chanting, he's hearing, he's chanting, he's hearing, he's attending sadhana. He becomes so strong. In the beginning, he may not have that picture. That is not the plan he's having. But what happens? When he's having sadhana is regulated in his system, gradually what happens to him? He becomes such a wonderful devotee. Then nothing we find it very effective. Some temples are having hundreds of hostels. It's so effective. Those have money, they made 100. Delhi has made hundreds. And it's become so effective. They have a very solid congregation of strong devotees. And particularly youngsters. Previously they're having only old people. Now they're having youngsters and such a youth power with them to do. And they're convinced. Because this is a sadhana movement. Somebody asked Srila Prabhupada, can you tell me, how do you say Swamiji God exists? Prabhupada said, it's not a 5-minute affair that I can tell you in 5 minutes. You have to purify to able to handle that knowledge. Correct? Just like you are not able to see. You have a cataract, you cannot see. You have to remove the cataract. No, I can't see God, I can't see God. Cataracts are there in your eyes. You have to remove the cataract, then you can see. So we have to accept the process of removing these cataracts, which are stumbling blocks in my capacity to serve Krishna. These are stumbling blocks. So without knowledge, so in a society and a good culture, actually there is a great fortune. Therefore Chaitanya Prabhu said, Bharat Mohila Janmo Hoy Yaar. It's a very fortunate place. Why? Even now it is there. People chant the names of friends. The names of God you are chanting. Correct? True? But true, sometimes now people do, I feel ashamed to chant the name of God. Ashamed. I remember when I was working in a company, somebody's name was Gangadhar. Name of Lord Shiva. It is auspicious, definitely. So people are not chanting Gangadhar, chanting gang. Then what is the benefit of chanting gang? You want to gangster or what? You don't get the benefit. You chant Gangadhar, something, at least some benefit is there. But true, chanting name of Lord Vishnu will be more auspicious. But at least some benefit. At least chanted the name of Ganga, no? Take care. So some benefit is there if you chant the names of the Lord. But people don't want to chant. Because they are so sinful. The Maya will not allow them to chant the name of the Lord. So he has to make some effort. But overall, so many friends, the name will be Krishna, Rama. The names are Lord only. So your attendance is going in a college, 100 name time. At least out of 100, 60-70% are all names of Vishnu. You are all hearing. Correct? Sometimes the teachers take attendance, roll number 1, 2, 3. It's not good. In India, take the names. It is good because their names are Lord Vishnu only mostly. I used to sometimes practice chant roll number 1, 2. It is faster, but then you don't benefit, no? And not only you, whole class is hearing names of Lord Vishnu. Correct? Will be somebody, All names are auspicious names. Better to chant. Even in the Western, other parts of the world also, they give names on the base of the names of great saints. Because they didn't have incarnations of the Lord appear and the names of the Lord revealed to them. But generally names of great saints they have. Right? Names of the Lord have not been revealed. But they generally take the names of the, some saints who were part of their religion. That's why the names have been there. Correct? People take so at least they remember the names, the saints. Anyway, so this is a very nice practice. We should very carefully, intelligently organize. Somehow the people chant the names. And Prabhupada used to say that before we even address somebody, give a lecture, we should see that there is some kirtan. So when there is a kirtan, that whole thing mind becomes an atmosphere to absorb Krishna consciousness. And then we can begin. Correct? Prabhupada used to do always a program like this, even outside. Some 45 minutes kirtan, half an hour class, and again 45 minutes kirtan. His college program was like this, and he was most effective. What do we do? Generally, hardly we do kirtan, 5-10 minutes. Prabhupada was very conscious. He knew what will turn their heart. We are not intelligent enough. Therefore, it doesn't work also. So many people, Prabhupada used to interact and come back. They used to become convinced of Krishna consciousness because the holy name does the whole thing. I remember in the first time when the devotees had come, so I was hesitant when they said they will do kirtan. When I heard the kirtan of the first time, my mind was blown up. It is so sweet it is. Then automatically whatever is spoken, you accept it. You accept. Okay? So this should be our schedule. In fact, a minimum is 16 rounds, but that's not what Prabhupada wanted always. He said devotees should chant as much as possible. That's the minimum. Not we make it maximum. We chant as much. At the same time, devotees should have a sober activity. Sober. Ati bhakti chora lakshana. Ati bhakti chora lakshana, there is another thing. Too much excitement shows something is problem. Okay? So it should be sober. Sober means activity which can be sustained soberly, peacefully, and I keep fresh to do devotion service. True, some struggle is always there. It's not that without struggle we are going to become devotees. To go from one platform which we get used to go to higher platform, some struggle has to be there. And in the terms of sadhana, in terms of devotion service, in terms of keeping good consciousness, in terms of keeping mind away from sense object, correct? There has to be a struggle to go from one platform to a higher platform. The struggle should be there. At the same time, there should be no imitation of the acharyas. We know we cannot do like that. Now you take a Raghunath Das Goswami once in 2 days, you want to take a half glass of buttermilk. Not possible. You will faint. The Bhaktivinoda Prabhupada went to one Gaudiya Math once and all devotees were sleeping. So Bhaktivinoda Prabhupada asked, what happens? No, Guru Maharaj, Ekadashi, we are doing Nirjal. So you're all sleeping. Brother, get up, eat something, go for preaching. What is this nonsense? He said it's better to eat khichdi and do preaching than don't do anything and sleep. It's better to do because this is the preaching movement. The whole focus is on preaching message of Krishna consciousness. Okay? So Krishna's grace, we have come to Krishna consciousness, and the most powerful, effective way in Krishna consciousness is chanting the holy names of the Lord. Okay? So that would become a principal focus, that every day, very attentively, I chant the Hare Krishna mantra as much as possible, minimum 16 rounds, very attentively. Sit down. Always it is best to sit down when chanting and hear every word attentively. Hare Krishna, Hare. Unless there is some psychological problem. Some people, they sit, they sleep. They have some psychological problem. Take it. Psychophysical problem. But otherwise, person should sit down and very attentively chant the holy names of the Lord. Absorb himself in take shelter of the holy names of the Lord. And that is the only way he can be saved. Once one devotee was chanting, close eyes, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, hearing every word, very nicely chanting. So Prabhupada entered with this, he had gone for a morning walk, he entered. So everybody was looking at him, Prabhupada also looking. So Prabhupada said, yes, this is the way to remain brahmachari. Unless somebody doesn't have good chanting, he'll slip. Okay? That is his best rescue. Srila Prabhupada ki, Srimad Bhagavatam ki.